You ever work somewhere and just know that one of your coworkers is completely miserable? Even if they keep saying, "Oh, I'm fine." I mean, yes, it's work, and not all of us are going to jump out of bed every morning excited about spreadsheets and making widgets and shareholder reports and whatnot. But also, work is a large part of our lives, and most of us hope to do something that we can at least tolerate most of the time, and maybe even enjoy some of the time. But there are people out there who are very unhappy with their jobs, and the truth is, when you're unhappy at work, it's hard to completely hide it. You can try to plaster on a smile and you can tell yourself you're being professional, but eventually those little cracks start to show. And those people who are truly unhappy tend to let it slip in ways that they may not even realize. People who are secretly miserable at work often do these 11 things on the clock. Maybe you've noticed one of your coworkers doing them, or heck, maybe you've even noticed yourself doing some of them in the office. No judgment here. Let's go. 1. Taking long bathroom breaks. Everyone needs bathroom breaks when they're on the clock. That's just expected. But for some people, those extra long ones aren't about the bathroom at all. Nature isn't really calling them. Instead, the potty break is about escaping the office for 5 minutes of space to breathe. Sometimes it's the only alone time they're gonna get during the day. There's just something blissful about locking yourself in a stall and not having to speak to anyone or deal with anything for just a few minutes. Legally, employers can't penalize you for taking bathroom breaks, even long ones. And sometimes you had a fiber muffin for breakfast, it happens. However, there does seem to be a link between people who need frequent bathroom breaks and people who aren't happy at work. 2. Procrastinating. When you're burned out or unhappy, even simple tasks feel like climbing a mountain, and a big one like Everest. That's when the procrastination kicks in and you start scrolling, organizing your desk, doing anything except for the actual work that you're paid to do. It's like hitting a wall where you literally can't work anymore. It's not laziness. It's your brain's way of saying, "I cannot deal with this right now." And procrastination is associated with negative reactions and poor mental health. So if you see a coworker go from can do to can do later, they may not be as happy as they're letting on. 3. Employing mean girl tactics. This one's tricky because it can look like confidence, but often it's insecurity in disguise. Gossip, passive-aggressive comments, little digs at coworkers, it's usually a way of regaining a sense of control when you feel powerless at your job. The office term for this trait is relational aggression, and it's commonplace throughout many industries, including the ones that are more notorious for this kind of behavior, like fashion or music. It's that person that acts like the backbiting bully while loving their job at the same time. But do they really love their job, or are they actually feeling insecure or upset at work? 4. Smiling vacantly. You know the smile. I mean, it's the one that's there on the face, but not in the eyes. It's like dead behind the eyes. It's almost like they're not entirely there, like the lights are on, but nobody's home. It's that "I'm fine" smile that really says, "I've checked out, and I'm just gonna try to get through the day without crying in the supply closet." True story. The person that smiles like this does not want to be there. It could even be a sign of dissociation, which is defined as a mental process that causes a lack of connection in a person's thoughts, memory, and sense of identity. 5. Constantly asking for feedback. When your confidence has been chipped away, maybe by harsh criticism or unclear expectations, you start second-guessing yourself. That's when you see people hovering, asking for reassurance over and over, almost like they're asking, "Am I still doing okay? Am I still safe here?" It's almost as if they're a scared child in need of validation. This is an employee with non-existent confidence. They may have started off confident, but over time they lost it somewhere, little by little, and now they're secretly miserable at work. 6. Joking about hating work. A little workplace humor is normal, and let's be honest, we've all got to joke around sometimes to get through the day. Even if we love our jobs, capitalism is still capitalism, and it's exhausting. But if someone's constantly making "just kidding, unless I'm not" jokes about quitting or despising the boss, there's probably more truth in those jokes than they're letting on. And if you constantly find yourself making the "what if our boss got eaten by a shark today" jokes, it may be time to start looking elsewhere. 7. Frequently being late to work. When you like your job, you tend to show up on time, maybe even early. And you might even stay late, because I don't know how much of an overachiever you are, but when you dread clocking in, the snooze button becomes your best friend. Chronic lateness can be a subtle form of rebellion, or just a way of avoiding misery for a few more minutes. And if a once happy employee suddenly starts missing work without a major life change like an illness or the birth of a new baby or moving, something like that, then it's likely that they've stopped feeling any joy in their job. So you might want to check in on them. 8. Looking a little rough. This isn't about vanity or like a full professional wardrobe of power suits and every hair in place or whatever. Yeah, and don't judge me, please. I know people think this is a wig. It's not a wig. Not a wig. Anyway, when you're happy and energized, it shows. You're smiling, you're wide-eyed, you maybe even are glowing at work. This person is interested in whatever they're doing. But when you're not feeling it, that shows too. It comes out in your posture, your clothes, your grooming, even your energy level. The body tells the truth our words sometimes hide, and the outward appearance begins to match the inward mood. 9. Being apathetic. What? Deadlines? Emergencies? Spiraling stock shares? Oh, the kitchen's on fire? If they just shrug, it's not that they're zen. It's more likely they've stopped caring. And once someone stops caring, they're mentally already halfway out the door. They are so done with the company and whatever is going on there that they can't be pushed to care, regardless of what it means for their career. 10. Never asking questions. So this is the opposite of that coworker that's constantly asking for feedback. When someone's new on the job, you expect questions. But even long-term employees still need clarity sometimes. Like, we don't know what to do all the time. We gotta ask. If an employee stops asking questions altogether, it can mean that they've lost the will to engage and they're just doing the bare minimum to get through. And a complete lack of communication, that is a secret sign of apathy or depression. They're miserable at work. 11. Being a loner. Not everyone's a social butterfly, but work friendships are a big part of feeling connected and supported on the job. In fact, office friendships are a significant source of enthusiasm and currently remain one of the biggest factors in employee mental health. They're your people. You bond, you trauma bond even sometimes. When someone's withdrawn from even casual hallway chats or even saying hello when you pass them, it can be a sign that they're feeling isolated or checked out. So if you recognized yourself in any of these, it doesn't mean that you're broken. It just means you might be in an environment that's draining you instead of fueling you. And if you see these signs in a coworker, maybe check in with them. Reach out. It can make a difference. Thanks for watching YourTango. Be sure to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and I'll see you next time.